Yo, ladies, my name is Jacksepticeye, and welcome back to another coffee review. That was fucking terrible. Yo, ladies, my name is Jacksepticeye, and welcome back to another coffee review. That was a little bit better, but still kind of cringy, but you know what? We're going to roll with it. Let's keep going. Today, we have come back for another coffee review, and if you couldn't tell, we are doing the top of the morning coffee. Now, I could honestly sit here and talk about how much of a fan I am of Jacksepticeye, how much when I was in a bad place mentally a couple of years ago, watching his videos got me through a really bad time. I could fill this video with all of the jokes, all of the memes, at the risk of sounding like, hey, you know, I'm a fan of Jacksepticeye too. Yeah? Do you have 90 minutes? And although I would be lying if I said that Jacksepticeye himself, Sean McLachlan, gracious gift of God, son of Viking, was not the entire reason that I had any interest at all in this coffee, I do still want to at least do my best to make it about the coffee more than it is self-filleting about how much I enjoy Jacksepticeye and his content. Now, for those of you who have not been to one of my coffee reviews before, let me give you a rundown. This is not the stereotypical giving a sip test and then deciding, this is so good, or deciding, this isn't all the hype. No, what we do is we actually have a comprehensive list, a criteria for what actually will be what we decide against, what we rate the coffee of our choice per video against. Now, the criteria tends to be a little bit rotating. There sometimes is a shift in one thing over another, but the biggest thing for us, me and my DID system, has always been the overall sensory experience. Allow me to elaborate. Here, we have the criteria. Let me read it off for you. Criteria. Does it look good? We take a look at the packaging. Does it look good? Does it catch the attention? What do we think about it? What does it look like? Is it good? Is it appealing to the eye? Does it catch the eye? If in some way this were to ever wind up on store shelves, is this alone, without context to Jacksepticeye, going to be enough for me to go, yeah, this looks good? Now, we also usually go with the does it smell good? Not just with the scent of it brewed, but as well as the scent of the grounds. And I'm going to tell you right now, when I opened the packaging, I got a whiff of it directly in my face and, oh my God, it smells fantastic. I am a big fan of the scent of ground coffee. That usually is my first indicator whether or not I'm going to have a good experience. However, the overall scent, even though we're putting against two criteria, freshly brewed versus ground, each version only gets 1/2 points because it's going into the overall olfactory experience. And then, in the times before, we have rounded it out to a well-rounded 7 overall points. However, today we're only going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 points. Because honestly, some of the things that we were rating it against before gave us a room for more criteria, such as with the Leroy Jenkins coffee review. We were rating it over how caffeinated it is. And this was the same with the Death Wish coffee reviews. However, today, we are a little limited in that capacity since one of the marketing ploys for the top of the morning coffee isn't how caffeinated it is. Also, when we first came up with the number 7, it was supposed to be an homage to one of our favorite YouTube channels, the Boo Review. I see you, Mirror Ghost. Anyhow, the next criteria is going to be the overall experience. Did I enjoy brewing the coffee? Was this an experience, a fun experience to just have coffee? Is it good coffee? Did I have fun just sitting there sipping it? Did I have fun smelling it? Did it give me that wonderful experience of just smelling coffee and going, yes, coffee? Overall experience is part of the criteria because we are looking at each one of these sensory experiences individually. Now I want to give it the overall. And now there are going to be 2 points for my thumbs. I have 2 thumbs. Am I going to give it 1 thumb, 2 thumbs, or no thumbs at all? I'm a little cramped in my room, if you couldn't tell. So, with all that being said, we've got the criteria. We know exactly what kind of coffee. We have got the Top of the Morning Coffee by Sean McLaughlin. McLaughlin? McLaughlin. God damn it, there was another Jacksepticeye reference. Let's take a look at the packaging. Here we have the packaging. Top of the morning coffee. It says right there. And you know it's coffee. And it's the top of the morning because the sun is peeking up over the horizon. You know it is supposed to greet you in the morning because top of the morning to ya. Coffee. They did have 3 different blends. They had a light roast, medium roast, and dark roast. Because we like putting hair on our chest. That's a lie. I am transgender and shave my chest regularly. Because I tend to like the dark roasts of coffee, I got the Midnight Oil Blend for this particular coffee review. It says it is 12 ounces. I'm not going to test that because I don't have a scale to find out. Now, let's take a look at the back. We see the back. It has a colorless version of the Top of the Morning logo, and there is a little review here. Let's take a read. If everything good in the world got together and made a baby, it would be Top of the Morning Coffee. A review by Jacksepticeye, Sean McLaughlin himself. The rest of it is just basic. Ingredients, 100% Arabica bean, or Arabica coffee. Store at room temperature in a tightly sealed bag. Do not freeze. Topofthemorningcoffee.com. Responsibly, ethically, sustainably sourced specialty coffee. Akira Coffee Company. Distributed by Akira Coffee Company. Lincoln, New... I don't know the abbreviations. Product of USA. Now, here's the real question. What do I personally think about the packaging? Honestly, it's nice. It's simple. It's straight to the point. He didn't go over the top, which is surprising considering that it's Jacksepticeye. Top of the Morning Coffee, it's just very simple. It's basic. It doesn't try to sell you something other than the fact that it is Top of the Morning. And even the back is very simple. It's very simple, straight and to the point, and because of its nice, sleek, simple, elegant design, that is appealing to my eye. For me personally, if this was on the shelf by itself, it would definitely get my interest. So, on that note, does it look good? Yes! We have the first point awarded for the criteria. Now, the next question. Does it smell good? Remember, this has 2 points of the criteria where each part of that point can award a whole half. A whole half? You betrayed me. A half of a point to the overall entire thumb. So, does it smell good brewed? We'll figure that out in a moment. Does it smell good ground? Because even though I do now have a coffee grinder, that thing's kind of a pain in the ass. I'm still new to being the real type of bona fide coffee connoisseur that a lot of people try to proclaim themselves to be. And just like the packaging, I am not trying to sell myself as something that I am not. So, when I opened the package, I got a good whiff of it. I got a good scent. There's a nice little peephole at the top here so you can get a good whiff. It smells good. But you know what? Sometimes too much of a good thing can be too much. So, I'm going to go ahead and attempt to open it up. God damn it, do I need scissors for this? Hold on, I'm gonna go grab some scissors. All right, we're gonna scissor the top. Keep your head out of the gutter, because if you are like me, that is exactly where my mind went. So let's not do that. Let's get a good whiff. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it actually does have a slightly different scent once you open it up and get a good whiff of it. This does happen sometimes. However, I don't think that takes away with it. I don't think that takes away from it. It is a different scent. That same coarse scent from the initial first impression is still there. But I am getting more of the actual body of the aroma. It is definitely more robust. I can definitely now tell 100% that it is a dark roast coffee. There is no denying that. But at the same time, I don't feel misled. I am actually pleasantly surprised by this turn of events, because the first initial scent that I got is still there. There's just more to it now. There's more body. There is more punch in the face. Oh God, that's so good. Yeah, so we're still gonna go ahead and say the ground coffee still gets the full thumb up, the full point. Now, here's the real question. What does it smell like brewed? Now we turn our attention over to the coffee pot. The coffee pot is the same coffee pot that I have had since the beginning of all of these coffee reviews, all the way back in the end of 2017, or was it the very beginning of 2018? It was the beginning of 2018 when I did the first original initial Leroy Jenkins coffee review by Player One Coffee Labs, where this series got its start. This is the same one that I've used, and don't get me wrong, I have still made sure to maintain its integrity to ensure the longevity of this coffee pot, and it has stood the test of time. So do not be fooled. I still clean it regularly. Also, I don't want to have one of these nice, fancy, all of the bells and whistles coffee pots to alienate the working class citizens from being able to have a good experience with one of these. Where's the word coffee review? One of these coffee reviews. I just want nice and simple, basic ass coffee pot for this experience, so you know exactly what you're getting. You don't have to worry about it, and you know exactly what you're going to get, because every single person on the face of the earth has experienced what a basic Mr. Coffee pot can do for you. I've spent way too much time focusing on the coffee pot. Really, it's just for the nostalgia. However, let's actually get to the point. All right, I have the water ready. A full, check that out, full pot of coffee is going to be poured into the back of the pot itself. Get a good look at that nice, beautiful, delicious water. Stay hydrated, my friends. Now, I am going a little over the top with this. However, I do enjoy being able to give everybody a step-by-step of what's going on with every single thing. So you know there's not a sleight of hand. You know I'm not replacing the coffee with a better coffee or a different coffee altogether. You know everything that went into this experience for me. We are going to use a half cup to just scoop. I have spent way too much time in the videos in the past scooping the coffee out of its bag or otherwise container, because the Jack Daniel's coffee was in a tin can. And I feel like this is the right amount. This is about how much that I would put in the coffee maker anyway. Alley-oop. Oh, hang on. I want to take a look at these grounds real quick. Let's get a close-up. I don't know if you can see it very well, but these grounds are nice and it looks like they were actually freshly ground right before being put in the package. And they are nice and tightly ground. And it actually, I don't know how to put it other than just look at it. It's so tight. Tight like a tiger. Hi, I spent a lot of time watching Austin Powers as a child, and apparently I've reverted back to the freshman year of high school. It's got a nice dark caramel mocha color to it. The texture is finely, tightly ground. However, there are some other chunks in there that makes you know it's not too tightly ground. There's still going to be some breathability, and I am literally pulling this entire thing out of my ass. Let's just go ahead and put it in there. All right. Now you know exactly. God damn it. We're going to do the coffee review from here now. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I have all of the rooms to speak with my hands. All the better, more for your eyes to see. Look at what we've accomplished. More space, more table space. Hello. Hi, my name is Jaquel, the world's worst YouTuber. This is why. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn on strong brew. The strong brew just means that it is a slightly slower drip, so it extracts more of the coffee flavor and essence out of the coffee during the brewing process. I have done this every single time. I don't know why. Is it the visualization of the drip coming through? This looks totally inappropriate. Moving on. The coffee brewing has commenced. While this is brewing, I'm going to go ahead and leave the room, and when I hear it going off, telling me that it is done, I'm going to then come back in and let the scent of the coffee hit my sinuses naturally. Why did I do that? I'm so sorry. I'm going to go wash my hands also now.
5 minutes later.
Oh my goodness. My hands have been washed. The coffee is done brewing. And oh, wow. It smells fantastic. It smells beautiful. Like, definitely, here's the thing. I have definitely smelled better. But it's not a competition. We're not trying to rate it against other things. But standing alone by itself, it deserves the scent. It officially got both points for the does it smell good category criteria. That's what I was saying. I did step away for like 35 minutes and do other things. Let's get back into headspace. Anyhow, I have brought with me my favorite mug. And usually the creamer that I use is the Italian sweet cream. But when I went to the grocery store the other day, they didn't have the Italian sweet cream. So today we have the International Delight Cold Stone Creamery Sweet Cream, which the two things are not the same. However, in the effort of being cream, take some of the bitterness out and add some sweetness, it still gets the job done. However, trying to give it a flat rate across all of the different reviews that I've done where every single one was Italian sweet cream, it's going to be just a little bit different. But it'll still serve the purpose. I'm not bothered. I'm not terribly bothered. Let's pour some coffee. All right. Okay, this is a little bit thinner than I thought it would be for a dark roast. Did I just need to put more grounds in there? I don't know. So that being said, either way, I don't think I'm going to need a terribly whole lot of creamer to go with it to give me a good idea. However, this has turned out a lot thinner than I thought it would be. However, that could be an operator error more than anything, so I'm not going to rule that out. It tastes like coffee. Like, hang on. Yeah, honestly, that just tastes like coffee. I don't know how else to put it. I'm a little underwhelmed right now. I need to process this before I give my opinion. It tastes like the best basic coffee. Let me try and get into the mind of Jacksepticeye. Think if I could get to his point of view. An Irish lad who loves to game and just likes some good coffee. Don't need to be fancy. doesn't really need to be the best goddamn thing ever. It just needs to be good enough to be good as heck. Don't need to be good as fuck, but being good as heck still will get the job done. All right, I'm gonna, hang on. I'm gonna swish it and try and get some of the aroma going. Honestly, I might just be overthinking it or overanalyzing it, but that actually is pretty good. Took a second because I didn't know what I was expecting. Basically, the scent didn't really match up with the flavor. The scent didn't match up with the flavor. The flavor is still good. So now I'm going to try and remove myself from the flavor and what that predisposed me to and take it as just the taste alone. Yeah, honestly, that's pretty good. Yeah, now that the initial shock of confusion has worn off, I definitely, yeah, this is growing on me. I'm going to give the taste a thumbs up. I was tentative at first. It took me a minute to get there. But overall, it does feel like a just baited, how do we put it? He took the idea of coffee. Just coffee. Nothing more, nothing less. Just coffee. And he built from there. Do you know how Bobby Flay is hardly ever beaten? Because he goes with the most basic thing and builds from there. And I feel like that's a lot of what this turned out to be. It's just the most basic, but it's the best at being basic. Basic? It's the best at being basic. And you can quote me on that one. Jacksepticeye top of the morning coffee is the best of the basic. And I admire that. It actually adds that little bit of charm back into it. So we've gone through the criteria. Does it look good? Yes, the packaging is good. It gets my attention. I enjoy it. Outside of the context of Jacksepticeye, this would probably still get my attention. I'd probably still risk spending the money on it. Does it smell good? The grounds, oh my god, beautiful. I was a little confused because sniffing it through the sniff hole and then sniffing it directly from the bag was a little bit different. However, it still had the overall essence of what I was expecting. Brewed. Sitting in there waiting for it to brew in my kitchen, because this is my living room. Because this is where I set up my YouTube's power station, if you will. Moving on from that, because I used the term power station. Moving on. This is where I set up everything, so this is where I'm set. I was in there, and I came back in here, walked in, the aroma wafted over me. It still smelled like the basic, fundamental experience of smelling, sniffing, and it still smells good. And it still I feel like it would be an excellent type of coffee to wake up on a groggy Sunday morning and just pour myself a cup. That's the idea I'm going for. Like, would it rouse my interest if this was the scent that I woke up to one fine morning? So, it checked the marks off so far. It's got all 2 points. Overall experience. The overall experience did put me back a little bit because the flavor, the taste, did not completely match up with the scent, and that confused me. That definitely confused me, and it took me a minute to set into it because putting myself in the mindset of waking up one morning, smelling that, and then having something completely different definitely took me aback. And I'm not going to mark the fact that the coffee looked a little bit thin compared to how much I thought that I put into the grounds to be brewed. So I'm going to put that on me and not mark it against it and just assume that's what it was. But it does turn out a little bit thin if you're going with the same way that I'm going about it. I am talking over myself. So the overall experience wasn't bad. But it wasn't great. It still threw me off. However, now that I have gotten into it, I am definitely enjoying myself. And moving forward, I will know that that scent is associated with this taste. Now, here comes the ultimate moment of truth. My thumbs. How many am I going to give this based on everything else. It has won in every other single category so far. It's got all of the points so far. It's got all 3 points that it could get so far. How many times am I going to say so far? My thumbs. Overall, I am going to give it 1 thumb. I'm not going to give it 2. And that is only because I was so taken aback in the experience. The experience still won the point. But that did put me in a position where I'm sitting there and having to think about it and overthink it. And that might just be on me, but that's the point of them being my thumbs. It's really my opinion to not really give a shit about anything else. What did I think from it? 1 thumb. However, I am still accounting for all of these other things into what was going on. So just because I only gave it 1 thumb doesn't really take away anything other than a point. So that brings us to a grand total of 4 out of 5 thumbs. 4 out of 5 stars. That's still a fantastic rating as far as I am concerned. I always feel bad in the rare instance that I wind up giving a less than stellar review. And I think the reason that I am having difficulties right now is because I do really enjoy Jacksepticeye, his content, and there is a nice little special place in my heart where there is a perfectly Irish Gaelic gladiator sized hole that he fits in perfectly. But I still just can't give it that 2nd thumb because I'm trying my goddamnedest to rate the coffee without that context. Now, I want to go ahead and clear the slate. Just for the lulz, I have decided that it's time for a bonus round. The coffee is empty, other than a sip. Hang on. The coffee pot, the coffee cup is empty now. Starting over fresh. As a special fun time bonus round, for no reason other than my own enjoyment, we're going to go ahead and try it with Irish cream. I want to try it with Irish cream, 1, for the lulz, because hi, Jacksepticeye is Irish, did you know that? Also, 2, hi, Jacksepticeye is Irish, did you know that? And also, Irish cream, aside from any of that, is also just my personal favorite coffee creamer flavor. So now I just want to round this out. Odds are I would use this in my own home life, in my own spare time. What do I think about the Jacksepticeye top of the morning coffee with Irish cream? Let's find out. Hold on. Well, there you go, guys. That was the answer right there. Don't do it with sweet cream. Do it with Irish cream. You know, like, I had this set up to be a joke. I thought this was going to be a joke, okay? When I set this up, because I had planned to do this to begin with, the Irish cream gag. But now it's not a joke. It's actually dead serious. I just realized what the back of the fucking coffee creamer said. There's a pot of coffee at the end of the rainbow. Yeah, no, honestly, if you like Irish cream, and you're going to get the Jacksepticeye brand of coffee, top of the morning coffee, definitely try it with the Irish cream. Oh my goodness. Like, I am surprised. This was supposed to be a joke. Oh my god, it's actually much better. If I had actually tried it with the Irish cream first, I would have given it the other thumb. But I will give it a bonus point, so it gets 4 out of 5 stars plus 1. 4 out of 5 stars plus 1, so technically 5 stars, kind of redeemed itself in some roundabout way. However, it does get the job done, in my personal opinion. It really doesn't matter to the overall score of everything else I've said so far. It goes better with Irish cream. This was supposed to be a joke! Oh my god, I need a minute.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Oh my goodness, I just went outside to have a cigarette and came back in with my palate and my sinuses cleansed by some fresh snow melting, fresh earth air deep in my lungs. And was reminded all over again that this stuff actually does really smell really good. So if you are really all for the scent of coffee, 100%. And overall, this is still a great coffee. It's still not bad by any means. It's still a good coffee, especially if what you're looking for is the basic run-in-the-mill, but the best at being the basic run-in-the-mill. That's what it is. That's what you can quote me on. And on that note, I have run out of review to be reviewing. If you enjoyed this review, please consider supporting the channel. The text for the way to do that is going to be right here. The links to a link tree to find those ways is going to be in the description below. That way I can continue to do more cool videos like this, and I can hopefully find a way to spread my wings and actually become a full-time YouTuber. If that is not something that you are able to do at this time, and you still want to support the channel, go ahead and give this video a like. And if you have witnessed any of the other videos that I've put on here, make sure to like those videos as well. And if you haven't subscribed before, go ahead and subscribe. That way I can further expand my social media empire and hopefully become the next Hokage of YouTube. You know, that sounded a lot better in my head, but I'm sticking with it. Until next time, much love. Peace out. Namaste. And goodbye.